Hi everyone, it's Bella. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to be focusing a little bit on decluttering your iPhone, specifically kind of around the area of minimalism. Today is going to be focused on kind of like a what's on my iPhone video, but like decluttering your phone and kind of the ways that I've been organizing my phone, making sure I don't go on it as much, and reducing my screen time. If that's something that you are interested in, then make sure to keep watching. Stick around to the end of the video if you want to see how I turn on all of these different features or hacks for your iPhone. So the iPhone automatically has this raise to wake feature enabled on your phone, where basically anytime you lift up your phone or raise it up, it detects the motion and it turns the lock screen on, and it can be very, very distracting. It's super easy to disable this feature, and then every time you're moving your phone around, you won't easily be distracted by a bright light coming on your phone. Another feature that the iPhone already has enabled is the touch to wake feature. So basically anytime you accidentally touch your iPhone, the screen will pop on. I find this to be extremely distracting because I accidentally touch my phone all the time and I don't want it to turn on. So now that I've disabled this feature, I can accidentally touch my phone as many times as I want, and I basically have to click the side lock button if I want my screen to turn on. The iPhone has a lot of bright, colorful icons showing almost all the time that you're on your phone. So what I like to do is turn my phone on grayscale, or basically a black and white filter, because I find that it is way less appealing to be on my phone when I can't see all the colorful apps on my screen. And this way I'm way less likely to just click around on my phone and click buttons, because it's really unappealing to see everything in a black and white filter. If you're like me, you hate seeing that you have an average of 5 hours on your phone every day. So if you want to reduce your screen time, here are a few tips that you can do. You can enable downtime and basically set the time that you want your phone to basically disable a lot of different apps, so that you're way more cognizant when you're on your phone in those hours. And for me, I like to do this around 11 to like 7 in the morning, just so that I'm not using my phone super late at night. I also really like setting app limits on certain apps that I tend to go on for a long amount of time, like Instagram or basically any social media. I try to keep my limit 50 minutes a day, which is still kind of disgusting, but I do try to limit myself somewhat. There's also a feature called Always Allowed, which allows you to basically pick which apps you want to always be available. And for me, I always have my messages, calls, anything that really has to deal with communication. I like to have those available just in case there's ever an emergency. So I really like to turn off most of my notifications, especially for social media as well as shopping apps. I find that if I get notified that Urban Outfitters has a 50% off site-wide sale, I'm more likely to buy something, when in reality I probably wouldn't have bought anything anyways. So I just try to turn off anything that distracts me or gets me to do something that I naturally wouldn't do unless it reminded me. So on my home screen, I don't actually have that much. I have my category of finance apps as well as my navigation apps, just because I like these apps to be easily accessible. The rest of the apps are just ones that I'm constantly using. On the second screen, I have a bunch of apps, and I like to categorize them into just kind of mindless categories, because I'm someone that edits a lot of photos for different social media groups that I'm a part of, as well as other productivity apps. But if you see, I have my social apps kind of in a weird category, like on the fourth row, second column, because they're harder to find, I find, if I put them over there, and I'm less likely to click on them. So I put the ones that I use the most often in this category. And then I have another social media category, but I don't use these apps as much. Outside of those apps, I have a few lying around outside of categories, just because they're ones that I've recently downloaded and I'm still kind of trying them out on a trial basis for the week. And if I'm going to keep them on my phone longer than a week, I will eventually add them into a category. Okay, so that's all great, but how do I do this? Don't worry, I will show you right now. So to disable the raise to wake feature, you'll just go to Settings, Display and Brightness, and then you will just disable the raise to wake feature. To disable tap to wake, just go to Settings again, Accessibility, and then this time you'll go to Touch, and you'll disable the tap to wake feature. So for the grayscale or black and white filter, you'll go to Settings, then you'll hit Accessibility again, click Display and Text Size, then go to the bottom, click Color Filters and turn it on, and just keep it on the grayscale feature. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. It was really fun for me to create those iPhone hacks, and I think this just makes your iPhone a lot more intuitive to use and reduces your screen time. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more minimalist or organization type videos.